Hi guys, my name is Catherine and I'm going to be doing a book review on Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. And as always, if you like my content, please like and subscribe to my channel. As we are in quarantine right now, I've been reading a lot and I want to talk to you about some of these books. If you're a big reader like I am, I highly recommend some of these books that I'm going to be talking about. So this one is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I enjoyed this book a lot just because, like with my last one, Imaginary Friend, there are several different things to this book. This is the first book I've read by Riley Sager. Like I said, there's just so much to this book. I sat and I finished this book in one sitting with an audiobook because I like listening. With all of my books, I like listening to the audiobooks and I just like to follow along. It's just the way that I like to read. A lot of people, just like to read with no audiobook, but I'm a little different. This book is about our main character. Her name is Jules, and she is a little down on her luck when we first start out. She lost her job and she's crashing on her friend's Chloe's couch. And she was looking on Craigslist and found that there was a job, and it's very vague at first, but she's going to be apartment sitting for this apartment building called the Bartholomew. And things don't always add up. Like, her friend was like, oh, this is too good to be true. Like, you're making this amount of money just for house or apartment sitting. I understood why she needed the money, but I also thought, I really agreed with the friend, like, this is really odd. So, like, in the beginning for me, there's something not quite right. And as the book progresses, like, you see things, like, people start going missing, other apartment sitters, and then when that apartment sitter goes missing, they bring in someone new. So, this book is just amazing. There is just, I don't know. I was recommended this book by someone, I think by a friend. I really enjoyed it. I don't want to go into too much into detail just because, like I said, there's things in here, like if I were to tell you about them, it would ruin the book. And if you haven't read this book, I don't want to ruin them because I want you to be surprised. Because when she was trying to explain it to me, she told me some stuff that I'm like, okay. But as I started reading, it made more sense. So this one is just best going in totally blind. Because if I were to sit here and tell you about certain things, it would just ruin this book for you. But it's basically about a girl who's down on her luck. She's apartment sitting, creepy things start to happen in the apartment. And there are some scenes in here because I was listening and reading this book when I was at work, and I was reading it in the dark. So if you guys have a reading light, I recommend you guys read it in the dark because I feel like this book gets a little bit more creepy when you're reading it in the dark. So I had fun reading it in the dark, and I really recommend this book. This book was just great. If I had to rate it, I would give it 5 stars just because you don't know who to trust in this book. You think you can trust this person, but you really find out you can't. Like, it's just there's so much. It's a great book and I highly recommend it. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on this. Just because, like I said, I want you guys to be surprised when you read it. And I don't want to give anything away that's too much. My next book that I'm starting to read right now is Final Girls by Riley Sager. And I am reading it right now with an audiobook. So I'm pretty far. I'm like this much left to go. So, and these books are not very long. Like Lock Every Door is, I think, if you don't like long books, I think this is like 366 pages. So it's not as long as The Imaginary Friend. But Final Girls, I'll be book reviewing in a couple of days. And then we'll talk about it. So, as always, if you guys like my content, please like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, have a safe day. And please stay inside. If you go out, wear your masks. And have a great rest of your day. Bye.